My next guest is a fashion authority, stylist, designer, entrepreneur, influencer, and mentor. For over 25 years, she has been a Renaissance woman at the forefront of shifts in fashion, music, and culture. She is acclaimed for creating iconic looks that simultaneously capture an unforgettable moment while setting the stage for what everyone would want to wear next. Her Fashion Academy mentors up and coming talents in styling, providing invaluable skills and how to start a career in the fashion industry. Please welcome to Money Making Conversation, Misa Hylton.
Hi, how are you? Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being on my show.
Of course.
Where are you located at right now?
I'm in New York right now.
My favorite city. Are you a New
hmm
Yorker? Are you a transplant? Tell me about that.
Yes, no, I'm from Mount Vernon, New York originally, which is Westchester County, the suburbs, and I'm born and raised.
Awesome. So when one
Mm.
says iconic, you talk about, the most iconic is the, oh, you know, well, how did these ideas come in your head when it comes to fashion? I want to get that personality rolling there because what you're not going to do is be, hello, not with what you created, not have you shocked the world. You have to sell people on things that you fashion
Right,
and that
I do.
they'll look good. Oh no, girl, don't worry about it. It's gonna be on point.
Well, first, my creativity is very intuitive, right? So
Uh
I'm
huh.
inspired by people.
Mm-hmm.
I'm inspired if it's a musician. I'm inspired by their lyrics, by the rhythm, by the melody, by their music, by their performance, and from there, ideas start to flow. And then once the ideas start to flow, I have to be able to organize them and put them together and sell them to the client, but also to the companies that they work for and potentially the management and all of the decision makers because image is an important part of selling any project or a part of any client. Um, image is everything, So for me, it's like that's the process. I have to, I become inspired. I get to know my clients as people first and find out what their goals are, who they are,
Mm-hmm.
what they love, what they're into, and how they see themselves. And then I take it from there. And that's always been my gift.
Well,
Even before I was a fashion stylist, I was able to do that with my friends, my aunties, my neighbors. I was styling everyone.
now this is the person I wanted to interview. No, hi, I'm in New York. No, because would you say the Lil Kim moment is truly the iconic moment for you? I know you do a lot of amazing things, but I could just reach back there, and that's one of those times, and where you can go, where were you at? Did you see it live? Did you see it happen?
Mhm.
How did that?
Mhm.
First of all, let's talk about getting that, designing that outfit, and then, like you said, you tied to the personality. Who's willing to take that risk? Who's willing to carry that fashion moment out? Tell us how that played out with Little Kim and expound
Mhm.
in detail.
Okay, so one weekend I was hanging out with Missy Elliott, and we were listening to music, talking about fashion, and all that kind of stuff. And she was like, "You know what? If I was Kim, I would just have. I got to be careful what I say on the radio, I guess. But can I just say what she said?
No, no, you cannot. 'Cause FCC
I
has shut us
cannot.
down. Now our relationship will be over with in seconds.
Okay. So she said, "You know what? If I would let me do my best
Yeah,
here."
yeah,
I said,
kind of like, take a deep breath, and that'll give you time to put like 5 words to that one word that you want to say. Because it's gonna take about 5 words to get it out right. Okay,
"I
you,
got you."
you're gonna get
So
a little
she
wordy.
said,
And don't worry about it. You're gonna get a little wordy than what you would
"Yeah,
have done
I
at the
just
moment.
it's okay. I got you. I got you."
Hmm.
So she said, "If I was Kim, I would do something very risque. I would just, have one part of my body exposed because little Kim could do something like that because she's so edgy and over the top.
Hmm.
She could really pull that off." And I said, And I just, put that idea in the back of my head, and I was like, wow, that would be something, wouldn't it? And so the next big event that we had coming for Little Kim was the 1999 MTV Music Video Awards.
Hmm.
I mean, music awards. And I went into my mind, and I said, and I pulled that idea out, and I said, in my memory bank, I pulled the idea out, and because it was so risque, I wanted to make it really beautiful and ornate and fun, and
Mm-hmm.
so I shopped for Indian bridal fabric, which was really beautiful, with silver and lavender and white and lace, and
Mm-hmm.
it was very feminine and girly. And from that material, I also made a pasties that would go over the left side of her body and up her arm. And it was just me being creative. I didn't think much about it. I loved the idea. Kim thought it was amazing. We had just came off of the Crush on You video where we did the primary colors of red, blue, green, yellow.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So we wanted to go into pastel colors. We wanted to try the lavender wigs and the color lavender. And so we just did it. And I'm telling you, we had no idea that it would be as off the hook as it was. I mean, we shot a video that evening after the awards, so we were working all night indoors.
Right.
And back then, we didn't have social media.
Right.
So we didn't know what was going on. We didn't know the whole world was in a frenzy. When I came outside after shooting, it was actually the Quiet Storm video with Mobb Deep and Little Kim.
Mm-hmm.
When we finished that, it must have been about 9 a.m. And when I came outside, I spoke. The first call I got was from my mom. And she said, "Misa, you are all over the news and on the and in the newspaper for this look you did with Little Kim." She said, "I'm really surprised you would do something like that, but I love it."
Mom just went real on you, went church on you.
Yes.
My baby, the girls at the church ain't gonna look at me right now. Out there with that sinner, Lil Kim. Come on now, baby. I love you, but that's a moment I'm about to pray about. Real hard.
Yes. And so that's
so,
how
Misa,
it happened.
What really put it over the top was Diana Ross, though.
Oh yeah, that's what
When
really
she
took
touched
it over.
it.
I
When
was
she
sweating
touched it.
bullets. I was like, "Oh my God, please don't fall off, please don't fall off." But it stayed, and that was a moment that goes down in history. But it was really organic. It was just, back then that we didn't have a lot of people with opinions being overbearing in our lives. We really were in a creative bubble,
Mm-hmm.
and we didn't have social media. So a lot of the things that I was able to create were so special and iconic because they were untapped. And so I got to create from a place of authenticity and a place that represented my clients really well. And then from that place, it becomes art and people appreciate it. And so I'm really grateful because that's, a moment that is still alive and well and emulated to this day. You still see people
But
emulating
has
that
not
look.
been topped, though. Okay, let's go and be real now. Has not been topped. And
Yeah.
they always hear that phrase, break the internet. If the internet
Yes.
would have been alive and well, that would have broke it. The moment
it would have broken.
when Diana Ross lifted her up,
Yep.
that would have shut
Yep.
down the internet. That would have been viral.
Absolutely.
That would have been that's still been viral.
Yep. Still,
But that's
to this day.
congratulations on that moment because
Thank you.
that allows sometimes you have to hold on to certain things and that's like something
Yeah.
that's fashion history, that's TV history, that's iconic
Yeah.
moments that from a creative perspective I wanted to make sure people understood during this interview that was you. That was
Thank you.
because a lot of people who are non-African Americans, they assume they're the one who create these moments, and I have to remind
Yeah.
people that on a show like MTV, which we know is a white show,
Mhm.
and you had a talent come
Mhm.
on there, that you guys were able to get through the system properly and to come on TV like that, and the world accepted it and then blew it up and blew it up.
Mhm. Yep. Yeah.
Wow.
Thank you.
Wow. So what was the moment after that when that was just spinning and rotating around? I'm sure your name was on everybody's lips.
Yes.
But it also can be a bad thing because people can like pigeonhole you to a certain style.
Yes.
Talk
Yes.
about
That
that
is
journey
true.
after that big iconic moment.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, it was an exciting time, and to what you just said, that's very true. I'm glad you brought that up I did have clients after that would say, well, I just, I can't pull that off. I don't want something like that. And I would have to say, now, I connect with my clients as individuals. That was a moment for Kim.
Right.
I would never duplicate or try to relive that moment over and over again, because that was special for her. And my styling and my creativity is divine. It comes from God. It's my gift.
Mm-hmm.
So God works through me, and with God working through me, He has something for everybody through my gift.
Mm-hmm.
And so I would have to let people know that sometimes, to reassure them, like, you don't have to worry. I know that's not your style. I know that you're not risque, and that I wasn't even thinking about going in that direction with you. So that did happen at times. But overall, I think that people appreciated the moment.
Absolutely.
I think that they thought it was really special.
It was.
And, it was something that, that continues to live on. And whether you like it or not, you remember it, you looked at it, and you appreciated it for what it was. And I think that it was in total alignment with Kim and her lyrics and who she is as an artist.
Awesome. On the phone is Misa Hylton. She has conceived groundbreaking styles for the world's biggest celebrities, including Mary J. Blige, 50 Cent, Missy Elliott, Faith Evans, Sean Combs, and Kimora Lee Simmons, and many others. When we come back on our next break, we're going to talk about something. The reason I brought her on the show was her fashion academy and professional studies courses at the Fashion Institute of Technology. Because when you're a groundbreaking person, you got to know how you can get in touch with her. You got to know if she's sharing these skills. Well, she's sharing these skills because she mentors and she pays it forward. We'll be back with more money-making conversations with my fantastic friend. She's opened up now. She's comfortable now with Rushion McDonald. Maybe she can design something for me. Some butt-out pants like Prince. Something like that, This is Rushion McDonald. I'm on the phone with my good friend, Miss Hylton. She tried to come on and just do me with this little, hi, I'm Miss Hylton. I'm from Westchester, small community outside of New York and everything. Then I had to bust her down, You legendary, girl. Come on now. You legendary. Tribeca Film Festival. See, you can't play me like that, Miss Hylton. Now, Tribeca Film Festival, movie coming out, documentary, May 2nd. Come on now. How you trying to be so humble and you a bold star in the fashion and music industry? People know you. I bet you I walk in your house, it's a who's who on your wall. People walk around and go,
well, I'm pretty humble and modest. You're right about that. But you know what? My work speaks for itself.
There you go.
So
there you go.
I'll let that do the talking.
but it's really interesting because you are humble, and that's great. But when do you turn it on? Because you got to sell people on your idea, and you have to be able to talk and communicate, but also not be too arrogant. Because they can go, okay, they can be turned off because you're dealing with their look. Why you think your look gonna work for me? And then you have to be able to be versatile, that you're not duplicating looks. So you sitting at home on that little drawing pad, that right hand busy.
Yeah. Well, I couldn't be arrogant if I tried. And for me, it's just about connecting with I think one of my strengths is I'm really confident. Mm-hmm. So that comes across. That's energy, right? So you feel that before I can even say anything. And because I'm so connected with my clients, they appreciate that. So then they trust me. So then they're willing to try, but they're willing to, first of all, I get an understanding of what they want. So that's always incorporated in anything that I'm creating for them. And then if I want to do something a little outside of their comfort zone, they trust me because I made the connection already. So I think it's about confidence and just being positive and bringing good energy because fashion is fun. Mm-hmm. So it shouldn't be anything that has to make you feel worried or anxious or concerned. It should be it's a celebration of who you are. And so that's the energy I bring.
So do you have a podcast or anything? Because it looks like you should be doing a podcast because
I don't.
Okay. See, okay.
Who
manages
you? Well,
this is another client I got to pick up, y'all. People come on this show, all these superstars over here. I don't. Who wouldn't want to listen to you? All these celebrity friends that you get on there. All you have to do 1 day a week, 25-minute podcast, and your brand will be out there probably getting 25,000 downloads a week.
Wow, that sounds good.
Yeah, okay, we're gonna talk later. Let's talk about this fashion academy because see, I see
Okay.
already. I've won her over. She understands who she's talking to now.
Mhm.
Tell us about the fashion academy that you started and why it's so important as far as what you're trying to do as far as spreading the knowledge of fashion as well as mentoring people and allowing people to break in the industry that really is kind of closed if you don't have the right relationships.
Yeah. It's so true. So I founded the Misa Hylton Fashion Academy with my fellow celebrity stylist Jai Hudson in
Right.
2012, and we wanted to create a place for people who were interested in fashion where they can learn and get the skill set and the knowledge that they needed, but also like master their creative gifts and understand how to monetize them because that's what it's all about, right? When
Hmm.
you have a creative gift, you have to understand how to monetize it, but you also have to understand the culture of the business, the skill set, the etiquette, and that's a lot of times what keeps people from getting in the door because they just don't understand what they're walking into and how to actually get their foot in the door and how to stay in the door and create longevity around a career that they're trying to start. So we created a curriculum
Right.
that was, really easy to understand, that was comprehensive, and it's a 10-month program. And at the end of 10 months, our students who graduate are able to start working as interns and assistants while
Wow.
they're doing their own jobs. And we also highly recommend, almost insist, that our students start in internships because that's the greatest gift you can ever receive in any career that you want to get into, but especially fashion. If you get to intern for someone who's doing exactly what you want to do, you get to learn everything. You get to see how they troubleshoot. You get to see how they work their relationships. You get to see how they sell their creative ideas and how they lead a creative team. And that's priceless to get that kind of firsthand information without having a responsibility.
Well, I
So
know
it's like,
I know you
you
rarely
know, so,
do interviews, and because they told me, Rashawn, she don't really do a lot of
yeah.
interviews, and I feel blessed to have you on here because the fact that
Mhm.
I just want to get your story out to a group of people that may have kind of like Googled your name, kind of like that,
Mhm.
and hear the human side of you, the passion side of you,
Yeah.
because that's
Mhm.
what. Cause we start talking about life coaching and mentoring,
Mhm.
that is so I could even when you was talking about the academy, it was just talking about, interning, being able to give more for your dreams and understand it's not all about getting paid, it's about the opportunity. Because I always
It's
tell
about
people,
the
if you give
opportunity.
me an opportunity, I'm gonna
Always.
get paid.
Because you're going to get paid. The money always comes. And so for me, it was about giving back. I'm grateful for my journey. I'm grateful for every single opportunity that I had. And so for me, it was a way of giving back to the next generation of creatives. And so that's it's a huge part of my legacy. And I'm also an adjunct professor at FIT, and I'm really really proud about that. So giving back is just really close to my heart. It's something that is important for me. When I make it, I want to bring other people forward with me. I want to share knowledge. One of my favorite quotes is from Maya Angelou: "When you get, give. When you learn, teach." And I live by that.
Awesome. Now let's talk about the MCM partnership. That's
Yeah.
the entrepreneurship side of you. Because first of all, you started out just working your talents, starting to establish your
Mhm.
brand, and just a hustle. We all start out with a
Yeah.
hustle, trying to
Yep.
just trying to get people to believe in you. Then you get a couple of steps out there. Then all of a sudden, somebody say, "Hey, you need to. What's the name of your business? Huh? Business?
Mhm. Mhm.
just write a check
Right.
to my name. I just want the money." And so now you're
Right.
doing a major partnership with MCM. Tell because the show is called Money Making Conversations. I always like to hear
Yeah.
young entrepreneurs hear that story. How did that come about?
Well, I've always been a big fan of MCM since I was younger. Back in the days, MCM was like one of the biggest luxury brands, believe it or not, bigger or more popular than Louis Vuitton and Gucci. And so I remember my aunties having those bags, and I remember the music artists and the rappers that I looked up to, they wore MCM outfits that Dapper Dan would be creating. And so MCM has always been really special and close to my heart. And last April, I was hired by MCM to create some custom pieces for Big Daddy Kane, Rhapsody, and Ninth Wonder. And it was for the MCM Puma collaboration. So I created custom pieces that would accent these sweatsuits that were MCM and Puma for the collab. And shortly after that, I was appointed global creative partner because there was a huge success and interest around what the custom pieces that I had created for the brand. But the crazy part is that Beyonce Stylist saw the MCM leather trench that I made for Big Daddy Kane, and she contacted me and was like, I want one for Beyonce. And I was like, absolutely. When?
She started clearing all people off her table. Excuse me.
Yes,
excuse me.
Everybody. Yes. And so she told me, and so I said, okay, send me her measurements. Of course, I'll make you one right away. And so like a couple weeks went by and I reached out. I said, hey, Serena, you still want the jacket? And she said, yes, but I just want to make sure she's going to wear it before you go through all the trouble to make it. And I said, oh, man, to myself. But I was like, okay, well, we want to make it anyway, whether she wears it or not. But I'd be honored. So maybe about another week went by and Serena calls me and she's like, Misa, I need a full MCM look. Okay, I need the jacket, but I need a full look, and I need it in 3 days, and I need you to get it shipped to Paris. I said,
has anybody passed any money around yet? That's what I want to know. That's where Sean be going. Excuse me, Miss Hylton, where is the money? It costs money to ship stuff, especially overseas.
Yeah, it does. It does. And she was ready to pay like she was weighing. So all the business got taken care of. And I told you my creativity is intuitive. I just saw a bustier, I saw a panty, I saw the motorcycle trench. And then Serena wanted a pair of skates. So we made earrings, a cap, a trench, a bustier with a matching panty. It looked like a bodysuit. Made it all in 3 days over Memorial Day weekend and had it shipped WorldNet Express to Paris. Now, at this point, I still don't know what it's for. I've been in this business a very long time, and I know that you don't ask any questions, especially with an artist like Beyonce. You just get it done. And so I got it done. And I found out when the world found out that it was for her movie,
a video.
It was for her music video, which was the song feature from her album with Jay-Z, Everything Is Love, and she also used the images from the video for an international campaign, which was used worldwide. So that was another iconic moment. It was another moment that became bigger than life. I mean, the pictures from the video were in Times Square. It was about 8 billboards in Times Square alone. They were in train stations, on the sides